All right. It is 12:15. I'd like to welcome everybody to the March 19th, 2025 SHAC meeting. I call this meeting of the Northeast Independent School District Health Advisory Council to order. Let the record show that a quorum of the SHAC members is present. This meeting is in compliance with Section 28.004 of the Texas Education Code and applicable board policy. The council's meeting today will address only the topics on the agenda. No other topics will be discussed during the meeting. SHAC meetings are open to the public. Guests wishing to address the SHAC may do so by emailing the SHAC committee at shac@neisd.net. Any persons that cause disruption during the meeting will be asked to leave. Thank you for your cooperation.
Please remember that health-related issues can sometimes generate passionate discussions with very different viewpoints. Remain calm and respectful throughout the process. Listen carefully with an open mind to identify critical facts and statistics that should be considered in decision-making rather than over-relying on opinions and emotions. Keep NEISD student health as your top priority to help discussions stay on track.
Okay, the first item on today's agenda is the review and possible approval of the February 19th, 2025 SHAC meeting minutes. If everyone has had a chance to review the minutes that were sent out, do we have a motion to approve the minutes? We have a motion. All right, Debbie. And we have a second. Thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Raise your hand. Aye. All those opposed, say nay. Raise your hand. All right, the ayes have it, and the motion is passed. All right, the next item on the agenda is the standing committee reports. If I could have the chairs of the standing committees come up to the podium and provide a brief report. We will go with classroom health and sex education first, followed by fitness and physical activity, nutrition, and then followed up with safe and healthy schools.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Christy Borghete, and I am the chair for Classroom Health and Sex Education. As you all know, we voted on our chair, vice chair, and note taker positions last week. I was voted as chair. I have Dr. Erin Ross as our vice chair and Bonnie Scott as our note taker. We don't have any updates as far as work is concerned just yet. We're just waiting on some guidance on what our next steps will be as a committee. And that's all. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Fitness and physical activity.
So I'm Lori Fitch on fitness and physical activity. For those of you that were on the SHAC last year and for those of you that are new, we had put forth a recommendation for kind of an extended recess to be broken up into two parts so the elementary age kids could go out to recess twice a day. It passed the board and is being, I thought, implemented this year. So we made a request to the board to kind of get some feedback on how that was going and if it's not working, why isn't it working, that sort of thing. And we are kind of waiting on that to move forward. And then we were exploring for the middle schools. Right now, 2 middle schools, Garner and Nimitz. Garner does a before school. The school is open for the kids to come play basketball, use the track, things like that. And Nimitz has a kind of a lunch period, but they have a lot of balls and kids can do all of this and no phones, so that they interact with each other. So we wanted to kind of get together and start thinking about how we could encourage the other middle schools to perhaps offer something before school. You know, a lot of kids, they really can't get in until 7:45, but lots of kids arrive at school well before that 7:45 hour. And just to keep them engaged, out of trouble. So we were going to be exploring that this session.
Great, thank you. Next up, nutrition.
We don't, our chair and our vice chair are not.
All right. So with that, nutrition, we're just gonna, we'll go on to the next one, which is safe and healthy schools. I think the nutrition chair and vice chair just said, hey, make sure that you're eating healthy.
Okay, I'm Robin Shainfeld. I'm with Safe and Healthy Schools. So we were looking at NEIC's current cell phone policies at various schools, and there's like a general policy, but we were looking at making it more strict and not allowing cell phones. So we were talking about pros and cons and benefits of allowing cell phones versus not. And we discussed potentially sending out a survey to school admins to understand their views of wanting students to have access to cell phones or not, to see what their views on that was. And then there are a few middle schools that currently do not allow cell phones, and so we were thinking of also speaking with those principals that enforce that no cell phone policy to come talk to us and see what their views are, how it's changed, what has changed in discipline, grades, bullying, and that sort of thing. So we just kind of started discussing all of that.
Awesome. I think that's a very worthwhile endeavor to explore. So keep us informed. Thank you. Our next item on the agenda is the presentation regarding the Comprehensive School Guidance Program. Ms. Rose Garcia.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Hello, I just want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk to you today about our proposal for this program that will help our students with their social skills and this curriculum. Basically, I'm going to talk about our comprehensive guidance plan first. Our counselors are following the Texas model for comprehensive guidance plan, which states that they have to follow 4 different work components. It's guidance curriculum, responsive services, individual planning, and system support. So guidance curriculum is our counselors go into the classroom and provide guidance lessons for our students from K through 12. The curriculum that we're looking at adopting this year, or this time for you all that have looked at this, is for K to 8. And this will help our Tier 1 intervention, where it goes to all students at the campus to get these same skills using the same lessons across the campus, which is one of the reasons that we are looking at having a curriculum that is consistent across the district, where counselors are using the same vocabulary, same lessons, everything is covering the same topics, so that we are in alignment across the district. That's what we would like to see in our guidance curriculum. Students obviously our counselors work with responsive services and dealing with students on an individual basis when it comes to individual issues, individual planning, and working on helping them plan for the next year in terms of courses or what they want to do in the future. They do individual planning. And then system support, counselors are a major part of our leadership team on every campus and help support the campus goals as well. So that's what our school counselors are doing on a daily basis. Go to the next screen for me. We are bringing this curriculum component to you that will help us to keep consistency across our district. This has come up before. We are supposed to, by law, have our topics, have lessons available for parents to preview. We all know this right before we do that. And so this would allow, this curriculum would be able to, or these could be viewed by our parents as to what lessons going into the classroom, and we all know that then they're getting the same lesson across the board, across our district. And it's not something that's created with in-house or something else. And this way we all are using the same curriculum that's been guided with research, that it's good lessons for our kids. So we brought in the representatives from Craver Ed. Her name is Paige Mitchell, and she's going to tell you a little more detail on the Quaver Ready program that we'd like our counselors to start using next school year, with your approval. I'm sorry? Flip it. I've got it pulled up on the tab. Oh, yeah. Do you want him to pull up the tab, or do you?
Can I connect with this? That would be great.
She wants to drive. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Hopefully it'll come right up.
Like staring in your face now.
Okay,
Do you
that's
need this
okay.
one?
All right, what do I need to do? Should something pop up for me?
Windows P. Do you? Oh, this
Oh,
is
there we go. It might be going.
Maybe. There you go.
Perfect. Whoops. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for letting me come and present today. My name is Paige Mitchell, and I handle Quaver Ed, Quaver Ready in Texas. I also have a background in education. I taught health and PE for 5 years before coming to Quaver. My agenda for today, I'm going to share a little bit about Quaver Ready. I'm going to show you the program, and then I can take some questions at the end. And I know we need to kind of get through this quickly because I only have a couple minutes. But Quaver Ed in Texas, we are a leader in online teaching resources, specializing in elementary education. We just recently have released our 6th through 8th grades for Quaver Ready. And in Texas, we partner with over 10,000 combined teachers, schools, and districts. Your district actually utilizes our Quaver Health and PE program. They adopted that in 2022, and so it is great that we already have some brand recognition in Northeast ISD. So an overview of the program, it is pre-K through 8th grade. All of our resources are correlated to the core competencies. We are 100% aligned to the Texas counseling standards, which I've linked, and we are also 100% aligned to the positive character traits TEKS for the classroom teachers. We are a fully digital curriculum. However, we do have the option for printable worksheets, pre and post assessments. All of those are optionals, but everything is digital. And we are research and evidence-based as well. So looking at our teacher resources, we are fully comprehensive, like I mentioned. We have resources for tier 1 through 3. We have lessons for tier 1, and we have intervention supports for tier 2 and 3 as well. We provide the scope and sequence for every single grade level. We also can create a customizable scope and sequence. If Northeast follows specific character traits every month, we can align our resources to make sure that all of the counselors are following the same character traits, just to make sure it is equitable and consistent across the district. We also offer training, professional learning across the board. Something that we hear with all 3 of our programs is that it is extremely user-friendly, and we have made a lot of strides to include parents as well. We actually have a QR code feature on every single activity in our program that also meets Senate Bill 3, with parents being able to see all of our resources. And we also have designated 2 icons on the dashboard. One is titled Community Resources, and the other is Parent Resources. And those have resources that you can send out in English and Spanish each month to kind of incorporate the parents and have a whole child experience where the parents are able to kind of see and help out with these topics as well. And these are just some pictures. This is our PLC, professional learning. And that's what one of our parent resources looks like. They're newsletters that you can send out. On the student side, we are very user-friendly, a lot of student engagement. We appeal to all types of learners, kinesthetic, visual, auditory. We want students to be able to see themselves in our program. So our characters come from diverse cultural and social backgrounds. We even have students that have cochlear implants in our program. So we want students to be able to see themselves in the lessons, interventions, and resources. We also, our full K to 5, pre-K to 5, is available in Spanish. And it is not just a Spanish translation, it is the authentic Spanish version. So all of our songs, graphic, everything is in Spanish. Like I said, 6th through 8th is just now being released, but that will eventually be available in Spanish as well. And we also have the side-by-side view, which we are very proud to have. And you can see it is on the same screen, and you can interact with each screen separately for every intervention, every lesson. So you are hitting both groups of students at the same time. So the district, we do have lessons that fall under Senate Bill 9, and some districts use Quaver Ready. Quaver Health and PE also features these lessons. We did a SHAC presentation back in 2022, and the district chose to turn these off. This is available for you to decide again with Quaver Ready, but there are 2 lessons in K-5. One is in 1st grade and one is in 4th grade. And then for middle school, we have 4 lessons that fall under Senate Bill 9 as well. 2 in 6th grade, 1 in 7th, and 1 in 8th. And then really quick, I wanted to share that we have created a review site for you all that has the username and password, and it also has links to all of these Senate Bill 9 lessons. So you are able to go in, use the login, and see any of our resources, and you can view these Senate Bill 9 lessons. And then lastly, we are going to jump over to the program. So this is what the dashboard looks like. Let me see. I have a couple minutes left. Like I said, we are a fully comprehensive program. All of the icons on the top row are your administrative icons. So we have resource manager and resource creation. You can create, customize, search and sort your resources. Admin tools. This allows you to utilize student accounts. It's totally optional. But that is there for you. If you don't want to, you can always use that QR code feature, and that does not require any kind of login. So again, you can share those resources with teachers, parents, and students, and they can pull it right up on any device. And then all of the icons on the bottom are resources that you'll use with your students. So you can see we have our lessons. These are mostly for Tier 1. Could definitely be used for Tier 2 and 3 if you find a topic that you like. But you can just see all of our lessons, they're aligned to the core competencies at the bottom. And also the other great thing is that everything is vertically aligned. So as long as the counselors are following the same number, it is the same topic across the grade levels. Pre-K through 5th grade is aligned, and then 6th through 8th is vertically aligned. You can see some of these lessons are grayed out. That just means that they have not been released yet because this is fairly new. All of our lessons will be available by the end of next month in April. We also have interventions. These are our supports for Tier 2 and 3. We have a lot of good individual Tier 3 interventions, small groups, a lot of good PBIS resources. Everything, again, is available in English and Spanish, check-in and check-out sheets. I was using a lot of these as a teacher. We also have quite a few other resources, brain breaks. We have songs. That is a big part of our program. Quaver Music was our original program, and we know that songs and music activate a different part of the brain and help students retain the topic. So every single lesson features a song. And then down below, you can see, like I mentioned earlier, we've made a lot of strides to provide parent and community resources. Those are in there for you as well, all in English and Spanish, school-wide campaigns that you can involve the classroom teachers, parents, students, and they are all ready to go for you for every month ahead of the school year. We have some other miscellaneous emotion check-ins, stuff like that, behavior support in our resource toolbox, and then we have an icon for our 6th through 8th grade songs. But thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions?
Anyone?
No questions?
No questions at this time?
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Senate Bill 9 was when do you know, because you mentioned that the district opted out of those, but now they address Senate Bill, like the mandate of Senate Bill 9?
So
We're
those,
still doing it through health. In our district, y'all chose, SHAC decided
okay.
to cover
I
those
see.
topics through the health classroom,
Okay, I see
so
what you-
counselors don't touch those
Okay,
topics
right.
right now.
yes, and we can gray those out in the platform to where they will not have access to that. That's why I did the,
Counselors will not be doing any of the lessons on SB9.
yes. So we can gray all of those out for elementary and middle school. Yes.
So current state is you have Quaver in some of the NEISD schools, is that right?
They are using our Quaver Health and PE program
I see.
in every elementary school.
But the counselors themselves, their curriculum is not consistent, not set. A counselor from one school topic on respect might look different than a counselor from another.
Yes.
We have tried to, within the last couple of years, kind of streamline what our counselors are using in terms of curriculum so that they're using the same resource, but the lesson can look different from campus to campus. Whereas if we were to go with the curriculum that we're using across the board, it would be obviously provide more consistency.
And we are 100% aligned to the counseling standards, to the TEKS, checking all the boxes, having everything available in Spanish, and yes, equitable and consistent across every campus.
Yes, ma'am.
If you'll go ahead and get the microphone.
Yes, I'm coming.
Could you tell us maybe a little bit more about the
Oh, you have to have the microphone, sorry.
could you tell us,
The bottom.
maybe a little, how about I just speak up? Maybe a
There you
little
go. There
bit
you go.
more
It's on.
about the district process, like, was there a, what prompted the decision to look for something? Did you evaluate other vendors? What are,
Okay.
and I don't know, maybe if the decision hasn't been made yet, maybe
Would there be a-
separately from the vendor, maybe the reasons why you were recommending this vendor, maybe? I don't, just this, kind of that piece of it?
Yes, we have never had a curriculum, well, since I've been in this position, I should say, or in this district, we've never had a curriculum for guidance counselors. And as the laws have changed and our requirements of what we have to provide students on a daily basis or on a yearly basis, it is just time for us all to be on the same page. We recognized that a few years ago, and we weren't able to get to this point. So we have looked at different curriculums over the last 3 years, and we're proposing Quaver Ready because the district is already using parts of Quaver and have already vetted their system. So we feel like that they have a very strong curriculum and we had our counselors did a pilot last year with it just to review the lessons and make sure that they were comfortable with what it looked like too. And so we just, from our counselor input and us looking at other resources, we decided that Quaver Ready was very user-friendly, easy for students to use, and then obviously for teachers. And the entire school will have access. All the teachers can use it. So it's not just counselors. So if a teacher actually wanted to put the song up because we were talking about how to make a friend, and at the end of the day she wants to reinforce that, she could play the song that, it just all goes together. That's why we chose that. Did I answer your question?
Thank you. That was
Yes.
fantastic.
Okay. Great.
So speaking of the songs, I'm really intrigued by the middle school songs.
Yeah.
because
I haven't seen
what
those.
type of songs a middle school student would find engaging enough to sing along?
That is a great question.
It's a rap song. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I have not. I've not seen that part of it.
We do have every genre of music in there. So we do have some pop songs. But when we were creating middle school, and a lot of former teachers are at Quaver now. The head of content was a former counselor for over 15 years, also former music teacher. But we surveyed middle school students across the United States while we were creating this, and it is very different from elementary. The middle school students we found, they like very black and white. And so if you wanted to see a song, I'd be happy to show you one for middle school. But it is very middle school appropriate, very different from our elementary songs. But that is a great point.
Not as
music-
elementary, obviously.
I will say music is a big differentiator between our program and others, just because we are based in Nashville on Music Row. Our music is very top notch and the students love it. They really resonate with it because, like I said earlier, there are pop songs in there, there's classical, there is every genre. So no matter what your students like, you will find something that connects with them. And we know that students love music. A lot of them are constantly listening to music. And this is a great way for them to retain the topic. And, even in our songs icon, no matter what you're covering, whether it's a counseling lesson or anything, you can go in there and filter and find a song that goes with any of your lessons. And it's going to be school appropriate. Mm-hmm. You're going to have it available in Spanish, and it's going to be a hit. So.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. My question kind of piggybacks on the first question.
Can I go ahead and get a micro?
I don't need
Or-
using my teacher voice here. My question pertains to the original question as it relates to process.
Okay.
Right. So I'm new to SHAC here.
Okay.
So can you just talk to us a little bit about the process? totally understand about already having used portions of the curriculum in another area, so wanting to leverage that. But can you talk to us about what is the cost of the program, and does, what is the procurement process here? Do you have to have over a certain amount? Do you have to have other vendors that you have vetted, and can you share with us the other vendors that you vetted and what that process is, and is it in alignment with the procurement guidelines?
Great question that I honestly don't know that I can answer completely for you. So this is the first time in my role that I'm bringing curriculum forward to SHAC to be approved, right? So I will tell you that the process that we followed started 3 years ago when I got into this position, and I worked with my executive director, and we saw Decision Ed. Michelle, you were there. What were the other? There were two other ones. Character Strong, Decision Ed, Everfi. So we saw, I think there was 4 of them that we looked at, and Quaver was one of them. And we brought counselors to the table because we didn't want it to just be the directors that are looking at this stuff. So we had a focus group of counselors that came to the table and looked at these different curriculums with us. And we were able to, in some cases, immediately say, no, that's not going to happen, because there were several companies out there that won't customize. One of the reasons we like Quaver is because we don't want SB 9 lessons to be open to everybody else, because we've decided that that's not how we're going to teach it here. So they are it's easy to adapt with their program, where there others weren't as willing to do those kinds of things. Like there were lessons, no, we're not going to grade those out. Those are important. Well, yes, but we are not going to teach those to our students. So that is really how the vetting kind of went. As far as procurement, I'm not sure what the total price is on this right now. I don't know that we've gotten a quote yet, have we?
Well, because 6 through 8 wasn't available when we initially started looking at it, when y'all.
Yes, yeah, so now the price is going to be different than what we looked at when we first, we're backing up from a year ago. Like this presentation should have happened probably a year and a half ago. So what we had in quote at that point is different now because we want 6 through 8 now. So I can come back to you with a quote that's more accurate as to what it will actually cost for it to be in all of our schools, or unless you know off the top of your head right now what our estimate is.
I do not, because
Yeah.
I am not a math person, but I can send you the quote today.
Yeah, we can send you out the quote. I'm sorry, I don't have that with me. So it was just about the curriculum at this point. But yes, we did vet 4 others. Mhm.
Any other questions? All right. Thank you, Ms. Mitchell, and thank you, Ms. Garcia.
Yes, thank you so much for everyone for your time.
Thank you.
So at this point, I want to open it up. Is there a motion to approve the guidance curriculum component, Quaver Ready, based off the presentation that we've had? Sean? Okay.
Technically, my hand was up first, but I will defer to the good lady at table one.
All right. Okay, Sean with the motion, and we have Lori with the second. Any further discussion? All right.
I have a
Yes.
question, just for maybe a question. It's not quite clear to me what the SHAC is voting on. I would imagine, and I'm speaking up a little bit, sorry, because I couldn't make the microphone work, but I would imagine, like, there's a procurement department at the district that's gonna review conflicts of interest and budget and all of that. So for, like, what is it that are we approving? Are we just
can I-
approving that we like the idea of having
This curriculum.
consistent curriculum?
Yeah, this goes to you to tell you, like for you all to review the curriculum. That's why y'all had the link to be able to look at the different lessons and make sure it's something that you would approve our students to see. Then we have to take it to the board, and the board will get the financial part of it. We'll have to do a presentation to them about how much it's going to cost and where the money's coming from. All of that goes to the board, and they make that decision. So the SHAC's decision is just about whether or not you approve of the curriculum to go forward to the board. Is that right?
Sorry for asking so many questions.
No,
I'm assuming maybe some other people have the same question I had.
that's why we're here. Any other questions? Oh, yes.
So I have a question regarding, so are we voting today before we get to look at the curriculum? Just process, that's my question.
Well, have like a link?
Provided to you, like, I think almost a month ago when we sent the link of curriculum for y'all with the link. But if you need more time, I mean, that's entirely up to y'all. I don't know. They got it.
That's fine, maybe I'm the only one that didn't.
Oh, 7 days before the meeting, I guess he said. It was sent out. But that's.
Yep. Any other questions? All right. So at this point, we're going to have a ballot. If I'll have Mitch send or pass out ballots. Sean, you can help Mitch if you'd like.
Just so everyone is really clear, real quick, guys. Hello, hello. Before y'all vote, just 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. I don't know. What do I do? Guys! Okay, thank you. Really quick, just so that we didn't put it up on the board like we have in the past, but just so everyone's aware, the motion is to recommend the guidance curriculum component Quaver ready. Yes or no? That's what we're voting on. Thank you.
Once you do receive your ballot, here's a sample. If you will, once you vote, if you'll fold it like so, and then hold it up so that Mitch can pick it up. Thank you. Okay, while Mitch is counting the ballots, I want to bring up to everybody's attention of the reminders and upcoming events and announcements. The American Heart Association and NEISD PE and Health Education or Health Community event will be held at the Northeast Sports Park on March 20th from 6:15 p.m. till 8 p.m. There will be a Paraprofessional Appreciation Day on April 2nd. The National School Librarian Day is going to be on April 4th. Tax Day is April 15th. Don't forget to tip no, well, unfortunately, we're already tipping the IRS, but the people that help do your taxes for you. And then the next SHAC meeting will be held April 16th, 2025 at 12:15. Now, public service announcement. So when you receive the emails from Mitch, It has the agenda of what our meeting is going to be about, and there are hyperlinks that you may have not noticed that it was an actual hyperlink. If you click on the hyperlink, it would have taken you to the additional information like the presentation documents, that type of thing. Yes, ma'am.
So I could, if there are things that we are gonna have to vote on or we need to review, could that be written in the body of the email instead of in an attachment? So like it would say here, where it would say in the meeting, it would say, vote to approve curriculum, see curriculum at this link, right there in the email, so we know when we see the email that there's an action.
Sure, we can change the formatting of that. That way it's.
The links here are the link to RSVP or the link to the location, right, which is where we come every time. So, but the link to say review the document, I mean, I think I see why you missed it, right? Because
Right.
there's not a link in the email to the document, and it's just kind of attached as a like resources attached, but it doesn't have like a call to action of you need to review this before the meeting because we're gonna vote on it.
Okay, we'll change the like I said, the formatting so that it does kind of flow in that. That's a great point.
Just to and I don't disagree that I think we need to get. I love details and being granular, but just I think what the point of number 5 was discussion and possible action regarding is kind of the language that is used in these type of meetings. So I think maybe that was kind of our previous language used, but maybe it didn't get picked up on everybody what possible action meant. Possible action means a vote or discussion. So I hear what you're saying, and we can definitely get more granular, but I just wanted that the email did speak to that, but it just probably wasn't as clear as maybe some people are used to.
Or the link could be in the in the
Yes, instead of the PDF. Yes, I can see how that would be helpful, but I just wanted to make it clear that.
I see that it is
Okay.
attached, but I was just saying if we had some people who were saying they didn't
Yeah, no.
send us the information. I think if it was in the email, then they would have seen it.
Yes, I just wanted to also counter that everything was pieced there, but maybe not written in a way that people are familiar with, and I appreciate that.
At this time, I've got a couple other. Are there any members of SHAC that have not, or that may be new, as in the first or second meeting, and you haven't been able to stand up and introduce yourself to everybody? Yes, please. All right. So if you'll stand up, introduce yourself, tell us something, fun fact about yourself, what you do, and that type of thing. Thank you. Oh, let me get you the microphone.
Hi, my name is Sharon Glosson, and I'm the Executive Director of School Nutrition for NEISD, and I'm glad to be on the SHAC Nutrition Committee. I served on the SHAC for many years. Prior to the last couple of years, I joined NEISD in 2012, and so I'm glad to be back so that I can be a resource to the committee. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Julie Magadance. I'm the Assistant Director for Guidance Services for Northeast. I started working in Northeast about 20-some years ago. Took some time off with our kids when they were little, but have been a school counselor and a teacher in our district for several decades, and really excited to be in this role now up in Guidance Services. And so that means I get to be on SHAC. I'm really glad to be here with you guys and to be able to hear and listen and learn a lot from you.
Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Katie Steinhoff. I am the program coordinator for health, K through 12. So I oversee the health curriculum that we have in Northeast, and I am in the PE and health department. This is my 4th year on the SHAC. This is the position that's been named here. So yeah, I've been in the district for 17 years, teaching high school health, teaching middle school health, and then also worked as an athletic trainer. So just been in Northeast my whole life and absolutely love it. Yeah, thank you.
Great.
Don't worry, we have one more. There he is.
I know, but I've already been on the SHAC.
I know,
That's fine, but you're new this year.
But there are some new members of SHAC that don't know who you are.
Thank you.
And how famous you are.
I'm Brandon Turner. I'm the PE program coordinator, just like Katie, but on the PE side. This is my 17th year in the district. All my 13 years in elementary PE, so I have a full elementary background when it comes to PE. It's my 4th year in this role. Actually, 1st year as a program coordinator, 3 years as an instructional specialist, but my 4th year on SHAC. So if y'all have any PE questions, just let me know.
Great. Thank you very much, Brandon. And welcome to all of y'all.
Mr. Chairman, regarding the matter of guidance services curriculum Quaver ready, number of votes cast 22, number necessary for election 12, those in favor aye, those opposed nay, illegal votes 0, and for math 1 abstain.
Okay, so for the motion that was being voted on, the recommendation to use the guidance service curriculum Quaver Ready, there were 22 votes cast. The number necessary for is 12. Those in favor of the motion is 21. Those opposed is 0, and 1 abstain. So the motion or to recommend has been approved. Okay, at this point, we are going to, the SHAC is going to adjourn, and the standing committees will hold their work sessions. Each standing committee, please allow some time to discuss and submit any bylaw amendment recommendations to your committee chairpersons. These proposed changes will be collected and discussed at the next SHAC meeting. Please note that these sessions are no longer open to the public. At this point, it is 12:57, and the SHAC meeting is adjourned. Thank you.